Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns to liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout. Get ready for the show, it's about to begin.
I knew that was going to happen. What's going on, folks? Yes, I know this is an odd time. I'm in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, chilling. This not really afternoon anymore. It's early evening. It's 20 after 5. But I've been busy the last couple of days, so I think like the last 2 nights I haven't really had a chance to stream or post any content. So I was like, let me get in here. Got some stuff going on tomorrow. Me and Tone are going to have a very tight show tomorrow at 10 a.m. because the Eagles play at 1. So we're going to do a hard hour because I got family coming over tomorrow to watch the game over here. So I'll be dealing with that. So haven't had a lot of time. Been busy this week. Been good busy. But that's a good problem to have. But I wanted to get on, get some stuff off, talk about some things. And yeah, we got some we got some issues to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's going on. We're going into Skull Country. Matter of fact, I got to reach out to a couple of my friends, good friends, former coworkers who are staunch Vikings fans. Got to reach out to my guy K-Sap. He's a Vikings fan. Just to touch base with him. Ewing 609. Hey, what's going on, dude? Big shout out Chris 3K. Appreciate you, man. Darth Panda. Everybody that joined in. Jamar Chase is still open, by the way. I agree. What's up, Ty baby? What's up? So yeah, this is obviously an odd time for me, but I was like, let me get in and see. Here's the thing: when I get time like this, and I gotta go. Like, I got an idea for a video that I wanted to produce. Oh, what's up, Alex? Okay, I didn't make the connection, but thank you. There you go. Appreciate you letting me know that too. I should have known it by the MF Doom Bart Simpson mask. So, but yeah, when I get it like this, I'm like, I got a stream of consciousness. Let me just get it off. I don't really need to produce anything. Now I got you guys know that my second channel, Pro Fan Hoops, has gone off, and we've started that. I am working on a video right now. If you haven't subscribed, please go on over to Pro Fan Hoops and subscribe. I am currently working on a video about Malaysia for Wiley. So I am hoping to get that done by the end of the weekend or sometime early next week. So one of the things I'm doing with Pro Fan Hoops that I cannot do right now with Pro Fan Talk is, I think on the hoop side, I'm going to do a lot more produced video. So I'm going to sit down, write a script, edit it out. I really want to put my artistry, and I really want to use the hoops to work out my After Effects knowledge. I already know how to edit. I'm good with DaVinci Resolve. I'm good with Premiere. After Effects, I'm good with Photoshop, not necessarily with After Effects. So I'm learning a lot of the new stuff, and you'll see it with some of our intros. I got a new intro. I got a new countdown with me and Tone tomorrow morning. So check that out. So I'm always adding stuff. You see my graphics. Eventually, I got some ideas that this stuff back here is going to change. Um, when I see somebody doing it well, or if I see a good example of what I want to do, I try to make my stuff look like this. Because you remember what my studio looked like last year. Now you see what it looks like now. It's a little bit different. Um, and I still want to do. I wanted to. I want my background to literally look like the ESPN studios, the ESPN or the NFL film studios right up the road. When you see all of them football shows on Sunday morning, they shoot that right up the street from me, 20 minutes up the street from me in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. NFL Films is right there. I've been up there. You guys have probably seen my pictures in the studio. That's what I want my studio to be. So I'm working to that end. But graphics have got to be tight, man. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I appreciate everybody with the feedback. But let's get to the getting. We got the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow at 1. And this is I don't like the word get right game. You should never have to get right. Everybody makes mistakes. Even when you win games, you make mistakes. But is this a must win? Kinda. Yeah. This is a must win because everybody's looking at it. Every game is a must win, especially in Philadelphia. Because if you lose, everybody and their mama got a reason why you lost. It's this reason, it's that reason, it's this. Kevin Patullo sucks, Jalen Hurts sucks, AJ Brown's a diva, all of that kind of stuff. Everybody got their ideas. So let me streamline this conversation. And for me, Coach Marcus, in my opinion, the reason why the Eagles are struggling at this moment in this season is because our offensive line is not played good enough. Our offensive line is hurt. And the backups are not getting it done. Specifically, Landon Dickerson, Brett Toth, Cam Jurgens is hurt. And it's hurting us. Our tight ends are average blockers at best. We have got to get better blocking from tight end. They go down the field, we good. I know Dallas Goedert going to go up and come down with it. We good from that aspect. But when it comes to blocking and doing different things on the line of scrimmage, we are getting our asses handed to us. We have Saquon is struggling because we can't win at the line of scrimmage. That's why our running game is not good. We are losing at the line of scrimmage. Our get off is terrible. Every time I mention get off, I have to explain it. The get off is if you are watching any play that is not special teams, any play from scrimmage, offense, defense, whatever. The get off is you watch the line of scrimmage, not the linebackers, not the DBs, not the running backs, not the quarterback. You watch the line of scrimmage. Who wins? That's what I call the get off. When the ball is snapped, can you get off the line of scrimmage? Is the offensive line driving the defense backwards? Is the offense going forward? Or is the defense driving us back? If you win the get off, if you win the trenches, everybody calls it something different. But if you win that battle, most times, not all, but most times you will win the war. If you can establish and dominate the line of scrimmage, most times you will win that battle. You will win that game. We are not winning on the line of scrimmage. We are not winning the get off. I have watched plays, watching film. I have watched plays. When Jalen hands the ball off to Saquon, there's a man that's at least a yard, sometimes 2 yards deep already in the backfield. That is 1, maybe 2 steps. So you're talking about not even a second, not even a second's worth of time, and you got somebody in the backfield. That's happened on numerous occasions. I saw a play from the Giants game. AJ Brown was wide open. And not the play you're thinking about. We were in pistol. It was a play action. AJ Brown was wide open, coming across the middle. Jalen was trying to get him the ball. He was looking in his direction. He could not get the pass off because I believe Latu was the tight end, had to come all the way across the line of scrimmage, all the way across to the other side. Latu was on strong side. He had to come all the way back weak side to try to block that edge. What would have helped him out if he could have came in motion, or you would have just lined him up on that side. But because at the snap of the ball, he had to come all the way down the line of scrimmage, which is why we were in pistol in the first place. He had to come all the way down the line of scrimmage. The defensive end had gotten to Jalen before Jalen could barely even get the fake off. Meanwhile, the edge is in Jalen's face. Jalen has to tuck and run. He ended up taking the sack because he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown goes across the middle, wide open, would have been a touchdown, or at least got us the ball in the red zone, probably inside the 15-yard line at the very least. But because we didn't get that block, because the tight end wouldn't get that block, I will put that on Latu because he didn't get the block. However, that is a situation where I got to look at Kevin Patullo, and it's like, I understand what you were trying to do. Why do you want that guy to come all the way across the line of scrimmage to get that block? Why do you want him to do that? Why not just either put him in motion or line him up on that side? Line him up on strong side and then have him do a fake motion and then come back and keep him in position so we can get the block. That is on Kevin Patullo. That is where people talk about his play calling. I don't buy into the predictability stuff too much. Every team is predictable. Prime example. If you watch the Cincinnati game, and if you watch what Joe Flacco, who doesn't even know the Cincinnati Bengals offense yet, if you watched what Joe Flacco did with Jamar Chase, and they said it on the broadcast 11 times, Joe Flacco barely know this offense. When you're in a situation like this, just get the ball to your number one. Get the ball to Jamar Chase. Throw the ball to Jamar Chase. When all else fails, just try to throw the ball up to Jamar Chase and he'll make something happen. They said it all night. Very predictable. And he still made it happen, still threw for over 300 yards. So predictability, that's an excuse that people are using because they don't like Kevin Patullo. But at the end of the day, if you are a good team, if everybody is executing on the field, it doesn't matter if you're predictable. They still can't stop you. That's what good teams do. Lucky for us at this particular time, nobody in the league, nobody in the entire NFL is dominant right now. Not us, not Detroit, not Minnesota. Who else? Not the Rams, not the Chargers. Everybody can get got. So we are in a situation right now. We should be the king of the hill right now. If the Eagles were playing up to their potential, we would be the kings of the hill, no question. But we're not. Cam Jurgens is not playing up to snuff because he's hurt. He had back surgery in the offseason, and apparently it didn't work. Or he's struggling through it. He's not all the way healed. Whatever reason it is, at the end of the day, when he is on the field, he is not at 100%. We already know what's going on with Landon Dickerson. Landon Dickerson is playing this week. Great. Is he playing at 100%? That's the only question I want to know. And whatever percentage level we're going to deem him at, is that going to be good enough to get the job done? That is the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that matters. I don't care if he's playing. The question is, can you play up to your potential? Can you play up to our expectations when you get in the game? It's great that you're giving it the old college try. I know that you're tough. I know that you're gritty. I know that you had minor surgery and came and was on the field the next damn day handing out beers. Your toughness is not questioned. What is questioned is when you get on the field, are you going to be able to handle that defensive tackle? That's the question I want to know. I don't care about nothing else. That's what we got to get to. Jalen Hurts has got to throw the ball better. But if we keep it at a beam, I know he can make those throws. Everybody makes bad throws. It just seems like here in Philadelphia, everybody tends to lose their shit when Jalen has a bad throw. Jalen didn't have a bad game. He just had some bad throws. How the hell you have a bad game and you had the best passing game of the season? You threw for 283, bro. What did we forget something? We want to go back to the 130? So make up your mind, fans, Eagles fans. What do we want? He had a good game. The running game is not on him. I will put that on Kevin Patullo. We refuse to run outside the tackles at a normal clip. We are consistent at trying to run the ball inside the tackles, and that's where we are struggling because our center and our guard are not playing up to their expectations. I know how good they are. I saw how good they are last year when we went all the way to the house. So if we did it before, we can do it again. They're not healthy. Last season, when Cam Jurgens got hurt, Landon Dickerson went to center. Then Landon Dickerson got hurt. Cam Jurgens went back in the game and gritted it out. That was a phenomenal performance. Not going to work this year. So we got to get healthy. And at this particular time, as predictable as Kevin Patullo is, as horrible play calling as he is, we lost those 2 games because of ultimately about 5 plays. 5 plays cost us 2 games. I know I've said it probably about 3 or 4 times, but I can go back and look at every play. We had the penalty on Devontae Smith that got us deep in our zone when this was the Broncos game, which would have eventually led to points, possible touchdown, at least 3. Then we had the AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert, 2 separate plays where they both gave up on the play. They both stopped running. We complete one of those passes. Once again, we flip the field and we are in our zone and we at least get a field goal out of the deal. So Jalen overthrows AJ Brown. Jalen overthrew AJ Brown when he was wide open. That was the Giants game. And then, of course, we had a couple of plays where Saquon should have took it to the house, but because we missed the block, the play gets killed. So in my estimation, we are 4 or 5 plays from being undefeated. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You guys hear me say this all the time. It was the same way when I was in Little League. It was the same way when I was in high school. It was the same way when I was in college. It was the same way when I was with the Eagles. It was the same way when I was with the Scottish Claymores. It was the same way when I was with the Hamilton Ticats. When you get an opportunity to make a play, you must make the play. Jalix Hunt, ball is in your hands. You take Jackson Dart's pass out of the air and it falls through your legs, hits you in the hands, in the belly. You couldn't catch the ball. They go on and score. When we should have had the ball and we should have came up with at least a touchdown or 3 points. Missed opportunity. Jalen Hurts overthrows AJ Brown. Missed opportunity. You go back to the Bronco game. We get the big play, but we get a penalty. Missed opportunity. Zach Bond has Jackson Dart, misses the tackle. Missed opportunity. AJ Brown cutting across the middle, wide open. We don't get the block. Jalen has to take the sack. Missed opportunity. We are shooting ourselves in the foot. When you have those opportunities, that's what you got to take advantage of. I would say it like this when I was watching basketball and watching the women play in the WNBA. When you're watching a basketball game, even the Sixers are playing now, right? If your team gets a good stop on defense, gets a block, gets a steal, causes a turnover, they don't get the shot off in time. If they have a great defensive stand, can they convert that to points on the other side? That is taking advantage of that opportunity. If we have great defense, 3 and out, force a punt, force a turnover, do we put points on the board on the other side? We are not doing that. Or we're just missing the opportunity. So Jalen tomorrow has to play better. Now, he has not been horrible, but he has to play better. We got to have one of those situations where he makes all of the throws. We still have not had a dominant performance, but I like to keep it real. I like to keep it real for everybody that wants to laud and applaud Aaron Rodgers. Did you see all the throws he missed against Cincinnati? All the throws that he missed? Did you see all the throws that Josh Allen missed? Did you see all the throws that Justin Herbert missed? Who's did you see the throws that Baker Mayfield missed? Did you see the picks that he threw? Everybody gets a turn. So I'm not ready to throw Jalen Hurts to the fire and brimstone because he had a bad game. He didn't have a bad game. He had a couple of bad throws. There is a difference. We've seen Jalen have a bad game before. The Giants game wasn't necessarily a bad game. He made some bad throws. The interception that they almost took back, that was a bad throw. But he's been running that play for the past 3 weeks. The only difference was A.J. Brown wasn't in the slot. It was Jahan Dotson. When he made them plays against the Rams, A.J. wasn't open. But Jalen threw him the ball because we knew that A.J. was going to make a play. And that's exactly what he did. He wasn't open. He was A.J. Brown. He made the plays. That's what we pay him for. That's what we expect from him. And he delivered. When we try to throw it the next week and force him the ball, it didn't work. It didn't work. The only thing that we didn't do against the Giants is we couldn't run the freaking ball. We forced the ball to AJ. Had a great game. We forced the ball to Dallas Goedert. Had a great game. Devontae Smith had a good game. The passing game is not the problem, but you got to get everything else to complement it. And right now, we're not doing it. So in the vein of that thought, the 3 parts of the game working together, for Jalen Hurts to be able to throw the ball for 283, and let's be honest with you, if he makes a couple more throws, he should be like 350, 360. But we keep missing. Keep missing. So Jalen Hurts got to be better. What are we going to do on defense? Edge is a problem. We are thin. We are deli bologna thin. we are that deli meat ham thin. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jahad Campbell's going to go to edge. And Nakobe Dean is going to be back at linebacker, which is good. Perfect time for it. I don't know what Jalen Carter's going to give us. I don't know how hurt his shoulder or his hand is or whatever. I don't know if it's a foot, whatever the situation is. I don't know what's going to come of that. Not sure. Not sure what's going to come of that. So, Jahad, I'm very interested to see what Jahad is going to do. But I would imagine Howie's on the phone, probably making some things happen. And I've heard some people throw this around. Is Brandon Graham going to come back? Is that a realistic possibility? I don't know. And I say that because I've seen Brandon Graham on the radio. I've seen Brandon Graham up the street at NFL Films shooting Good Morning Football. They shoot that right up the street. The question I got with Brandon Graham is, have you been in the gym? Have you been in the gym? Have you been running? You know what it takes to work out and bring yourself back. He's done it too many times. Look at the situation with, I think Jason Kelsey just did a thing on his podcast. Could he still do a football workout and all of that type of stuff? But if you're doing anything remotely close to that, can you come back? Would it be nice to have Brandon Graham back? Yes, it would. Do I think he's coming back? Has it been too long? My only question is, I would really want Brandon Graham back if I could have some type of assurance that he had been in the gym. If I knew what his workout regimen was, because we see him on TV. I don't know what he's doing on his off time. This dude got a family, he got little kids, all of that type of stuff. So I don't know how that works. And it is very hard to get back up to game speed. However, If anybody knows how to do that, it's him. So would I want Brandon Graham back? Absolutely. But what I will say is this: it don't hurt to ask the question, Howie. It don't hurt to ask the question. What he gonna say? No. You roll the dice. Never make the shots you don't take. So I say Brandon Graham has been in the gym, been working out, been keeping some semblance of workout going and in shape. He could do it. He ain't got nothing to lose. I don't know who else is out there they're going to get. Everybody's talking about Trey Henderson from Cincinnati, but when you get somebody of that caliber, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up? So, and now with everything that Joe Flacco just did against the Steelers, is Cincinnati real quick to trade Hendrickson? Because usually when you find yourself out of the game, that means they got a trade partner together and they don't want to get you hurt. He could have played in that game against the Steelers. Excuse me. He could have played in that game, but he didn't want to. They did right. They did right. So I don't know. All right. I've been running off at the mouth. Let me get to some questions. BG won't come back. Never say never, bro. Never say never. Because I never thought we would get Ndamukong Suh. I never thought we would get Linval Joseph. I damn sure wasn't thinking we would get Zadarius Smith. But you can get it. It can go back to the other side too. So, like I said, I don't know. It ain't gonna hurt to ask the question, bro. He doesn't have to play full time. Ha doesn't have to be the edge full time. He just got to get some plays just to give a different look. I want Vic to use Jihad like Micah Parsons. Move him around and play him anywhere. Play him at linebacker. Play him on the edge. Drop him back into coverage. He's good enough to do that. Use it. Because we are in a situation where we are in dire straits when it comes to our depth. You got to pull out all the stops. Now's the time to do it. So, yeah, we know that Henderson would be a rental, but we need a rental. We got flat tires on all the cars, man. So, you like to stay? You like to set up public walk-ups? Hey, listen, man, Anthony, if you got something to say, bro, I will drop the link if you want to come on and say your piece. I will do that. Matter of fact, don't talk about it, be about it. How about that? I know my man Chris 3K is listening, so he's always not shy to come on the mic. But hold on for a sec. I encourage people to come on stage and say your piece. The link is dropped. If you don't want to be on camera, turn your camera off. We can still hear you. So, as far as Brandon Graham, ask the question. If he says no, he says no. So, Anthony, come on stage, bro. Hold on for a second. I see you in there. Give me 1 second. Give me a close up. Back to StreamYard. Badoom. What's going on, Chris? Talk to me.
Man, I just landed here in Minnesota, bro, for this game. I'm in the hotel right now, chilling. I figured I'd see what you was talking about, bro. It's a lot of Eagles fans here.
Yeah, we travel well, man. We travel well.
It's a lot of green outside. What's your score, man? I done bought my dad. He's been a Vikings fan for 40 years. He's never been here.
Okay.
So I'm bleeding green to the end. So I bought the tickets back in June.
Nice.
So, but
I got love for the Vikings too, man. I got love for the Vikings because Vikings. I got a couple good friends that are Vikings fans. Plus, my quarterback Randall Cunningham played for the Vikings. So Randall was the quarterback when I was with the Eagles. So And I'm still mad at that freaking kicker for missing that kick. Could have got RC to the Super Bowl. But
That's a fact,
in any case,
bro. Little did I know this would be as important of a
yeah,
game.
yeah.
So give me some good news, man. How you feeling? What's your score, bro? If you already said it, I apologize. I just jumped on
I haven't done a score yet. Usually I do scores with
the
I see
tone.
Carlos. I do scores with Tone tomorrow on our pregame show.
Yeah.
So I'll save it for that. But suffice it to say, it'll be too much to not enough. The Eagles will win. That's the score I'll take. But
All right.
honestly, I'm not too worried about it.
Really?
I'm not too worried about it. I want to see Jalen Carter is a big factor. I want to see if he's still the game plan. Before he got injured, hell, and before Spitgate, Jalen Carter was the game plan. You had to figure out what you was going to do with him, and that led to the big man Jordan Davis getting a lot to eat. So we lose Jalen Carter. He hasn't been the same. Then he had a shoulder, he had a shoulder injury. Then I think he had a foot injury or something that I didn't know about. But suffice it to say, he has not been playing up to par. Then he missed last game. So hopefully that week off helped. So I need him to be a dominant player in the trenches. We haven't had that in a couple of weeks, and it has hurt us. We haven't gotten to the quarterback. We haven't got a lot of hurries. I don't think we've had many sacks the last couple of weeks. So hopefully all of that'll get ironed out today, or tomorrow rather. I'm real happy my guy Nakobe Dean is be back in the lineup because we need him there. The only thing that still concerns me is what we doing at CB2. That's it. Is Adoree Jackson starting? Last I heard, Adoree Jackson was still starting. And after I saw that business decision that he tried to make against the Giants,
Bro,
he didn't want no parts of Scatterboo. And I was like, come on, dog. You can't.
I don't know who worse, the Dory Jackson business decision or Keely Ringo not touching this man that caught on him. I don't know what's worse. They both.
And Keely Ringo, here's what. Hold on, Carlos, I get you. Here's my problem with Keely Ringo, and y'all know I was a Keely Ringo fan. I just knew he was gonna ball out. My bad, but Keely Ringo was 6'2" and ran a 4.3. He is big, physical, and can move. I don't understand why his hips don't translate, because that dude has got the slowest hips I've ever seen. He's almost as bad as damn it, why do I keep forgetting his name? What's your boy? What's the our cornerback last year? James Bradbury.
Oh yeah.
He's almost as bad, just like the transition from like in 22, Bradbury was solid. And in 23, he looked like he was always running an oatmeal. Like he just couldn't turn it over. And like, I don't know, that V6 just wasn't hitting or whatever.
Yeah.
And Keely Ringo, man, it just looked like his technique when he is changing directions is so bad. And it was like the receivers had no problem creating space on him. And it was just like he was just making dumb technique decisions. And I was like, I don't understand that at all. But at the end of the day, there was no misunderstanding. Get him off the field. He's not. And I don't know if y'all saw. Did y'all see the thing? He cut his dreads off. He cut his locks off.
He pulled a nick.
That's why, coach. That's why his hips wasn't working, because he had the dreads.
Okay.
Now we got Prime Dion coming to play on Sunday.
Man, we better do something, because
at least he gonna look good getting cooked on the field.
Man, I hope them locks will help his hip movement, because woof, it was bad.
That man makes me hate all number sevens. Like everything got anything to do with the number 7, he makes me hate it. And my birthday is in July. Can't stand my birthday now.
July what? I'm a July baby too.
July 15th.
Oh, I'm July 12th. Me and my twin.
I'm July 31st.
So July babies unite.
You got the same brother as my brother's what's the brother top of me, the one that got the glasses on? My apologies.
Chris.
My oldest son, me and my oldest son got the same
my brother's birthday twin.
Oh yeah, Gilly on the 31st too.
Me and my oldest son got the same birthday.
Oh, that's what's up. But
Man,
yeah,
So
Kelly Ringo, he went to the barbershop, then got a whole presentation, walking down the street with his new outfit on, got his sharp
yeah,
cut. They ain't
yeah,
we,
gonna help him out.
we see you. We still
posted,
know it's you. You can't
You
hide.
know,
We
after,
know it's you.
posted.
he went to that barber shop, got his dreads cut off, and as soon as he walked out, somebody in there said, "Ain't gonna make him play no better."
Probably. But you know what though? This is the thing about the NFL. When you're gonna always get another opportunity, and he keep getting opportunities. Eventually, like bro, you're gonna have to come correct, or because now they talking about is he part of the trade? Because how he be looking to deal him? I would think he would probably be trying to deal him and Adoree Jackson at the same time. But what are you gonna to get who? To get who? And the other part of the question is, if you trading, why would another team want Keely Ringo?
That he's not gonna. I don't see anybody trading any assets for him, but we do know that there are coaches out there that are arrogant enough to say, "Man, this guy's 6'2", 210, ran a 4.340. Yeah, he wasn't good in Philly, but I could work with that."
His thing has always been on the special teams. I keep telling people, leave him on the special team. He's a special teams Pro Bowler, been a special teams Pro Bowler the last 2 years. He's good at straight line speed. That's it.
Man, put him at
Give him
safety.
straight line.
Put him at
Well,
safety.
I'm
Man,
a
he'll probably do worse at safety, coach, with them hips.
yeah. I'm
Well,
gonna
we'll
make a
see.
declaration. If I walk
Even his
into this game
haircut,
tomorrow,
horrible.
if I walk into this game tomorrow and we botch a kickoff, I'm starting to fight. So if you got the ticket and you see something just break out and you see somebody muffle a kickoff, just know that's me finding the nearest Vikings fan, bro.
I don't know what that was, man. I don't
Dude,
I don't know what
I got a question, coach.
what's up.
What happens if tomorrow, regardless of win or loss, the same bullshit happens that's been happening all season?
What like be specific.
The way that they've been playing, just the way that the way that we've been frustrated with the first half, second half, all the same crap that's been happening all year. We've been hearing them talk just like they had the little meeting last week, and everybody's got positive vibes and dancing on the field, and everybody got good feelings. But what happens if the same bullshit happens that's been happening all year?
You go to the next week. What do you think gonna happen? What do you think we do when we have a bad game? We go in the film session and you look at it. Jalen Hurts said it last year. When you lay a deuce, you flush the toilet and keep it moving. You don't sit there and look at it because the more you look at it, the more it stinks. So you go in the film session and you figure out what you did. I don't like when people use the term we ain't on the same page yet. What if you're not on the same
Yeah,
page? That means that somebody in that group don't know what they're doing.
but
I
that's
thought
what I'm
you were
saying,
going
coach.
right, and you went left.
Right.
What's happening to us is execution. It's not about being on the same page.
Yeah.
It's about execution. If that one pass pattern where AJ Brown slowed up on the route, that to me that ain't got nothing to do with being on the same page. That got everything to do like when you was in practice, when you had that much time to run a route and you got pushed off your spot, you don't think the ball is coming to you because that was like a 5-second route. You thinking the quarterback has gotten rid of the ball or is scrambling. So I understand why he did what he did, and I understand his answer. It just wasn't a good look. Dallas Goedert did the same thing in the same game. He gave up on a route for what? So we are just missing on routes and deep balls and stuff like that. So it's just about you got to make the throw. Put a little bit more air under it, whatever you got to do. And here's the thing that people forget. What do you think they were doing in practice all week? They were working on that deep ball. They were running that route. They were running that back shoulder throw. They were running that 10-yard out that got intercepted. They was doing all of the same stuff. I done said it about 5 times now. That interception that got picked off and almost ran back, that is the same exact play that A.J. Brown ran against the Browns and made 2 fantastic plays. He wasn't open on those plays either, but he was A.J. Brown and he made something happen. It was the same thing except Jaden threw a bad ball. He threw it inside when he should have threw it outside, and the dude came and got it. It's going to happen.
I don't think that play was bad. I don't
Yeah,
think that play was bad at all. I just think they had the wrong person in that position. It shouldn't have been Dotson.
Nah,
To me, they should have had.
I don't say it like that either because the bottom line was it was a bad throw. If Jalen throws that ball between Jahan and the sideline, Jahan catches that ball. Period.
I don't think so because, and this just me, coach. I would never, I never go into anything thinking I know more than anybody, especially a former player. But my point, what I'm saying is, he read that play because Jahan ran a weak route. It was read from the beginning, so he was
I was about to say
already
that was
there.
a terrible route.
I think it would
That
have been better. I think
terrible.
you'd have had a better chance with Devontae or AJ, but just the way, like you said, they run their routes. I just think he ran
I
a
don't
weak
think it
route.
matters because and I'm saying that because I went back and looked at the Rams game. That
Mhm.
the DB had great coverage in the Rams game, but he had great coverage against AJ Brown. And people forget AJ Brown is the same as DK Metcalf, just maybe an inch shorter. You got a big body, and if Jalen Hurts throws that ball to the outside, that means the DB has to come between the receiver's body, so we might get a PI, or it's incomplete, or we catch it going out of bounds. But there's a high probability of that. In my opinion, the ball placement was everything on that play. If the ball placement is outside, at the very worst, it's an incomplete pass. There's no way that dude is coming through Jahan Dotson and intercepting that ball. It's not going to happen. Because Jalen threw the ball on the break. Jahan Dotson was barely even looking back yet. He threw the pattern open. The man wasn't open. You could tell he was locked in. That was the play where AJ Brown
They just wide open in the middle.
wide open. But he had no plans on going to AJ Brown. He was going to the first read.
I got you. So no matter who was there, he could have Jerry Rice. It was really on Jalen and anybody
It was a
else.
bad
Okay,
ball.
I got you.
It was a
And then
bad ball.
tomorrow
So,
it's
but it's
Isaiah Rodgers.
little plays like that that turn into big plays. If think of it like this, if we don't throw that pick, we either go on the score or kick a field goal. That's points on the board.
Yeah, and we were moving the next drive too.
Correct. So it's little things that you pinpoint throughout the game, and then kind of going back to what I was originally saying. When you sit in the film room and you watching that as an offense, or you in the quarterback's meeting, you looking at it like, damn, this dude was open. But Jalen is like, well, this is what happened. This is what I saw. So a lot of times, if he doesn't hit the man, there are reasons for that and valid reasons for that. But as long as Cam Jurgens is not playing well, Landon Dickerson is not playing well, and our tight ends can't block, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have to get to a point where Jalen's going to have to start pulling it and running. We're going to have design runs again where he's getting out of the pocket, and it looks like a pass, but we scrambling. We going. 100% we going. Not an RPO, just like you're going to have to set it up, because now if we run the RPO, you're going to get a legal man downfield, and we get hit by the penalties. They changed the rules because of us again. Remember 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, the rule was 4 yards downfield for the offensive lineman. Now it's only one. Why you think they did that? Because we were killing them with the RPO and they couldn't stop us. So, but to anybody that's critical of Kevin Patullo, this is where you put the blame on Kevin Patullo. Now you know what we can do. You've already seen what we can't do. Now you got to do something different. You can run the same play out of a different formation. It's possible to do that. So if you want Latu to line up on the left side and come all the way down the line of scrimmage to try to block the edge coming, then just line him up on that side, because he's not going to make it. And we gave up a touchdown, a possible big play from that. Once again, AJ Brown wide open, but on a 3-step drop out of pistol, Jalen can't even get the fake off. He almost tackled Saquon giving a fake. So you got your center and your offensive guard their guys are coming in the backfield in less than a second. We are losing the line of scrimmage because they're driving us backwards. That's why we can't run the ball inside. Pitch the ball outside. Let them race folks to the corner.
Mailata ain't really been playing that well this year himself.
Nope.
Do it to lane side. Do it to the other side. We got so many options. Like
you got options.
Do it to lane. Like tomorrow we playing Isaiah Rodgers. You know he's small. You need to get AJ Brown on Isaiah Rodgers. That is a bad matchup for Isaiah Rodgers. He can't do nothing with AJ. He fast,
Right.
he's small. He's so small. and he don't like to tackle. So like you need to get that matchup all day, all day.
I don't
The-
think they can handle either guy. I don't think either quarterback can handle our wide receivers, no
no.
matter what the matchups is. But I hear what
Nope.
you said. That matchup is perfect for AJ.
Yep. And then on the flip side, who gonna be covering Jefferson? That's a problem.
They're gonna have Quinyon following him.
I hope so.
Addison is going to be the one that's going to really go. I mean, Jefferson is going to, do his thing, whatever. I mean, Quinyon is, if he didn't have that game last week, everybody slips a little bit.
Right.
I don't know if he has trouble, if his thing is going to be trouble with bigger wide receivers or not, because what's his name? The wide receiver from the Broncos,
Sutton.
Sutton. He was just basically just out physically, and just he was just basically using the basketball post up to catch them balls in the air. So I don't know if you know what I mean. And Jefferson is like a slippery fish, man. He's like water out there on the field, man. The way he moves.
Yeah, but
I'm confident in Quinyon, but I don't know if Addison's probably gonna be the one that's gonna go off though.
exactly. Here's the problem. So this is the chess match that you see. Because they know. So if Quinyon is on Justin Jefferson, which is the smart thing to do, in my opinion, that means we got to go man most of the time. So that means somebody going to be on the island somewhere. So we are either going to be man most of the time. We are either going to be zone match. So we playing a zone, but you're going to have a matchup. Everybody else plays zone, but Quinyon, you follow. It still makes us predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when you can game plan stuff. And it's like, okay, we can send them in motion over here. And you can kind of control where the holes in the zone are going to be. And any coach worth they salt, they're going to attack them zones. I knew that was coming from the Dallas game. When I saw what defenses did to us, what Dallas did to us as a defense, and then going against Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, I was like, every other team is going to see this tape and they're going to do the exact same thing. That's exactly what's happened. Everybody puts people in motion. What you want to do is get your best receiver wherever Adoree Jackson or Keely Ringo is lining up. That's what you got to do. If man is following him everywhere, that means there's a chink in the armor somewhere else, because he's got to follow. Quinyon has got to follow Justin Jefferson. So Carlos, I agree with you. Addison might perk up, but then defensive line. Are y'all going to let Carson Wentz go off on you like that?
I was just about to say that, because that's kind of like the main thing for Fangio's defense is that D line, so he could have 7 people out there in the back end. So he's blitzing more than what he usually does, but he has no choice.
People don't realize how phenomenal that was in that Super Bowl, where we did not blitz, and we was killing Mahomes. Well, technically, we was killing Caliendo at left guard.
Mm-hmm.
He was the turnstile, and Joe Tooney was playing out of position, because Joe Tooney is probably going to be a Hall of Famer at right tackle, not at left. So when you make decisions like that, you gamble. If we put Quinyon matching him up with Justin Jefferson, I think that's the best thing to do, but we gambling somewhere else. And
I'll be honest,
people hold it up?
I'm more concerned with the run game. I'm more concerned with Mason. If he's running for 5-6 yards a carry, that's gonna be a long day. And
we're gonna see what Nakobe Dean got. Nakobe Dean is the best run stopper we got. So Nakobe Dean is a true quarterback at linebacker.
So is he playing linebacker tomorrow, or are they putting Jihad at line?
I think they're gonna put Jihad at edge.
Okay.
They're probably gonna mix and match it where they'll both be in the lineup, and then you'll probably have Jihad at the end, and then there'll be time, because I don't think Nakobe's gonna play many snaps. Like, he's gonna get a nice amount of snaps, but I think they're gonna have Jihad there at linebacker and DN when it's, you know what I'm saying, Coach? When they change the lineups and the personnel sometimes.
Honestly, I think it depends on how it goes, because if we're not getting any pressure, that means the edge is gonna be sucking wind.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on how successful they are running the ball, really.
I'm so worried about that. Jefferson's gonna get his plays. He's a great player. But if they running that ball like 6 yards a pop, man, it's gonna be a wrap, bro. It's gonna be a shootout.
We'll see, because Nakobe Dean was ready to play 2 weeks ago. They were just being safe. He'd been ready to play.
He gonna bring him a new energy. I think he's gonna bring some definitely gonna bring some energy to the
Absolutely.
defense this week.
If N'Kobe Dean hadn't gotten hurt, in my opinion, he would have been a captain by now.
Oh, for sure.
He'd have been a captain by now. So
I definitely
Nolan
want to see
Smith,
how
Jordan Davis,
Carter.
and Jalen Carter are not those guys.
I definitely want to see how he performs tomorrow too. I want to see what Carter looks like.
Yep.
See if that heel and the shoulder, because you'll see the difference.
What's
You know
going
what I'm
on?
saying?
Lost so much money this year. So I just want to say, like, if you were at that game week 1, to see the state to be there, and the stadium was at an all-time high, even higher than the first Super Bowl. And when he spit on him, and you didn't even see it being there, it was like getting kicked in the nuts, bro. Like the whole stadium just was like, bro, what? I don't even know. Like it was crazy. And then for him to not be playing to the level we expect him to be playing, it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? You leaving all this money on the table, bro.
Yeah. Which is why I was wondering why his agent was in town when he got suspended. I was like, that's odd. Makes sense though. He don't want to screw up that future money.
What you think he get? I don't think he getting 40 no more. He probably getting 30.
Well, the potential, he's gonna get that money.
Yeah, he didn't already flashed and he hurt. So I think how we gonna take care of him. It depends on how he finishes the year. He gonna get paid. Because to me, the bar was Milt Williams and old boy in Las Vegas. They set the bar. So I'm thinking the way Jalen Carter ended up playing last year, I was like, they're gonna have to put a blank check out there. But he didn't got injured, he didn't had the discipline problems. So you don't know where that's gonna go. He is going to get paid. I don't think he's gonna get that money now. So but you still have to get that ready because that's gonna be a big ass contract.
Yeah.
And once we do it, we stuck with him.
I'm cool with that because he is great. But if we trade for Hendrickson, you know, you got to try to keep him 2 years, right? You're not going to just.
Yeah, but listen, I'm a Cincinnati boy, born and raised. So if we can get Trey Hendrickson, great, because he's a great player and kind of unsung. However, think about it from Cincinnati's standpoint. Who do you want from the Eagles for that trade to happen?
Give him Jalen Hunt. Give him Jalen Hunt.
Jalen Hunt, draft picks. Like that's the thing. What do they want? And is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because in my opinion, our problem is not the defense. Even with our injuries right now, if the offense can just get consistent, I think that helps the defense. Because we done had 2 or 3 games where the defense is sucking wind at the end of the game. They struggling to come off field. You cannot expect the defense to continue to just pound and pound and pound and just hold everybody to the end zone. The other guys get paid too. And eventually they're gonna give up the ghost. That's not, in my opinion, if the offense was playing like we know they could play, we wouldn't be worried about the defense at all.
No.
I think we would still have the same problem with Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo. It just wouldn't be as glaring as it is.
Yeah. I was gonna say morning. Well, first afternoon.
What's up, Chris?
I just got in here. I was gonna piggyback on y'all because I know, and Coach, you were talking about it too, and what you was just saying, I agree with. I'm like, listen, I know the team got its issues and things they need to work on, but my personal opinion is with the guys we got particularly healthy on offense, it's on Jalen, man. I'm not that he's not proving that he can do it, but I'm like, and what Coach is saying is, if he plays better, these issues aren't as bad as they look because the margin of error is greater. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I look at it. Like, them other offenses got, I mean, like tomorrow, we're not stopping Justin Jefferson, even if Quinyon was 100% or whatever he is. You not stopping dudes like that. The best thing you can do, which we just seen on Thursday, is when your defense is struggling, you go put up 35 or 37 or 40 if you need to, because that gives them more runway to work with. If we had a game like that Denver game, if we had 27, we win that going away. And some of those missed opportunities that led to us having 17. That was a huge because the defense can only hold up so long, especially in today's game where it's a passing game. And we going up against probably the best receiver, 1 or 2 in the league tomorrow. And they got Addison. So, and Carson can still throw it well enough to where it's like as much as we, you know what I'm saying, we could get help defensively, whether it's at the edge or another corner or whatever people think about the safeties, even though I think they're fine. I think the best thing that we can get right now that will help the team is if we can just figure out a way to get more from the offense, whether it's Jalen playing better, if it's the receivers, you know what I'm saying, be more cohesive with the route running or whatever they got going, whether it's blocking in the run game, I feel like that's a more concerning thing than whatever's going on defense. Because I think
Right.
the margin of error, if the offense played up to what the billing is for the dudes that's healthy, that offense really should be putting up 35 a game, man. If you look at the personnel, there's no reason that offense, or at least even if the offensive line is bad, I'm gonna say at least 27. That'll
Agreed.
be good. That'll be good enough to win most weeks.
Yeah, but doesn't that fall on Kevin Patullo though, with his
No,
predictability?
no, because here's the
Uh,
thing. Here's the thing. I was in coach saying you watched. I don't know if y'all got a chance, but Thursday night, Jamar Chase had 16 catches for 161. Everybody in their mama watching the game at the stadium knew who Joe Flacco was going to when they needed to get a first down or they needed a big play. So the predictability thing, it doesn't matter. Like it's overrated. Like you pay guys for a reason. You don't pay AJ Brown 25 million to be like, we gonna use you as a decoy. That don't happen. When you pay guys that much, it's a reason why. It's because when it count, we going to you. Everybody know it, but you can't stop it. The only thing about the predictability, I will say that's a slight difference, is if you look at the multitude of ways they got chased the ball, that's one thing. Like it's certain times where I see corners off AJ and Smitty about 10 yards. Why not just pop up and throw it to them? You know what I'm saying? Because they did that with Chase a lot. But the
Yeah.
whole predictability thing, as far as like, oh, well, they know who every team in the league we play, and when they play us, we know who they trying to get the ball to. When the Cowboys play, you know when CD's out there, they're going to CD or they're going to George or whatever team. Everybody got guys that you know they're going to. It's just a matter of getting them dudes the ball and being better than whatever coverage is out there. That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But if you look at their route tree versus our route tree, it's light
It's
years
different.
ahead. They move CD around everywhere, but it seems like
Everywhere.
every
Well,
time they move, AJ or Devontae, it seems like they're moving into the same position, and the
yeah.
defense already knows what routes they're going to run.
No, that's
So it's
facts.
like, to be honest with you, and trust me, it's not that I don't disagree with what you're saying. I totally agree. But my point is, what I'm saying is, if you're constantly running the same type of plays, right? I don't think it doesn't matter what type of player you have. If the defense already predetermined know where you're going to be at, it's like Kevin Patullo with the run game. He keeps running out the same position, the 3-by-1. He keeps running out the 3-by-1. He keeps running out the pistol and keeps running through the gaps. It's like, okay, all I got to do is just stack the inside because they're not going to do nothing else. So it's like, I mean, it falls on both. Of course, the players are the ones that got to make the
Right.
plays. But it's like if the coach is just running the same play, and it's like, AJ, go here and run a 5-out route. I'm going to be sitting on that 5-yard out like
No, that's
every
facts.
time. You know what I'm
But
saying? So
you're right.
that's
You're
what
right.
they definitely need to work on that shit and move the players around. It's all about, like I said, at the end of the day, it's all about the players executing. And
You
what
know,
coach says to relate it to the basketball, make it easy shots.
yeah.
Basically,
But
yeah.
I think and this is my last thing, I think it's gonna sound like oxymoron. I think there's a creativity within being predictable. So what you're saying is true in that, yes, we know we know which teams, like you said, CD or whoever, we know which guys are getting the ball. Where I'm with you 100% is there's different ways of getting them the ball. That's where
Right.
I'm like, you
That's
see,
what
like,
I'm agreeing with you with.
yeah,
That you can run out the same, because coach was talking about it earlier too, where you could run out the same play, but you could run different
Different
exactly.
plays.
formations.
And
Yeah.
that's what not Kevin Patullo's not doing though. But I hope they work and fix on that this
Yeah.
Sunday, because they need to get on track, man.
That's
Like, for
fair.
real.
The fact that Kevin Patullo ran the tush push 4 straight times in the red zone
That was
is
ugly.
all you need to know. Like, you should not have to do that. Like, you
That was
should
ugly.
never have to resort to that, bro, with all the weapons we got. That's
And
crazy.
I will be very surprised if we run that fake tush push pass again, or at least it's successful, because
Throw it
we done ran it twice in 2 weeks. So anybody's going to be expecting that. So
I wouldn't mind doing what they did with Saquon to get it another different type of way. when they ran the ball, remember he ran that 10-yard touchdown against the Broncos out the tush push. We should try to do something with that too. Get creative with that dude too. And another thing with Patullo, it's gonna be my last thing. Another thing with Patullo, why does he get scared of why does he go away from things that are successful? He had Saquon running the ball really good against the Giants in the first half. Like we thought, all right, Saquon going to do his numbers today. Second half, this man disappeared like Batman in the middle of the night.
Not necessarily, because if I remember correctly, Saquon had like 6 carries for 30 yards or something like that. But most of those yards came on like 2 plays. But it comes the same thing. They're not blocking well, man. ain't no 2 ways about it. The cheek in our armor right now is Cam Jurgens because his back is hurt, Landon Dickerson because his knee is hurt, and whoever's at tight end.
But didn't we just draft another center?
That don't mean he can play.
Did they? Well, yeah, that's all that matters. If he can't play, don't matter no way.
And then is Matt Pryor a left guard or a right guard in Miami? I think he was a left.
I think he's, but he can't be more trash than them.
Brett Toth is trash.
But see, here's the thing, and this is
what scares me. My bad, Toth, not Pryor.
This is what scares me. I have supreme trust in Jeff Stoutland. Supreme trust. So if Brett Toth is starting, that means that's the best we got.
Is Fred Johnson just a tackle?
Fred Johnson, yeah, he's the right tackle.
Okay, so he could play. I've seen him play both, so he just plays tackle.
Yeah, he played right guard a little bit. But again, if it was that simple, if it was that simple a move, and it would make that much of a difference, we would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, it took him a while to put Fred Johnson in that one game where we were getting killed. When who was
Tampa Bay?
Yeah, who was that? Who that they had? Was that Pryor that they had in there?
It was Toth.
On the right side?
Yeah, they played about both. I think they played both sides.
Yeah, they might have been swinging both sides. You might be right, man. But he made the switch at halftime, and it made all the difference in the world. So
that or the Rams, right? One of the two,
Alex, I think Pryor is better than Toth as well. Yeah, Stoutland has his favorites, but the good and the bad thing right now is personnel is getting exposed. The bad thing about that is your personnel is getting exposed. People who are starting probably shouldn't need to be starting. The good part about that is your personnel is getting exposed. So if there is no misunderstanding on who should be starting. Now, it's all about, is it a contract issue? Is it a numbers game? Or it could be politics and personal. But whatever you got to do, we getting our head kicked in. So you got to get somebody that can make the block, make the catch, do whatever they got to do. All we got to do is make it to the break. We get to the bye week, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, if we can handle business the next 6-2 at the bye and let these guys get healthy, that'll be pretty damn good considering what everybody think is going on. To be honest, I'll take 6-2 going to the bye.
I think that's what kind of pisses the fan base off a bit more is that, yeah, we were defending Super Bowl champions. That was last year. This year it's like we playing the way we playing, and we could still be 6-2, and it's like, and we're pissed off because it's like, dude, you guys can do so much better than this. It's like,
yep, that's
crazy.
That's
and even the fandom gets like, I'm looking at it in the macro, right? Everybody went off, lost their shit about AJ Brown when he put the tweet out and all of that type of stuff. Knowing good and full well what he was talking about. Knowing good and well he was right for the second time. Because when he made the comments last year in 2024 against Carolina, he was 100% right then. Everybody just get mad at him for saying it. And then this year, everybody want to go crazy about the tweets. Then 2 weeks later, Lane Johnson cosigns. Mailata cosigns. Devontae Smith cosigns. So it ain't. He is playing his role as a leader on the team. He's playing his role. That's what he's supposed to do. But everybody in WIP and 97.5, everybody losing their shit. I'm so annoyed with the tweets, and why can't you just enjoy it? You don't enjoy it because
There's gonna be something else that they're gonna be talking about when it comes to AJ too. Did you see his little interview that he did about when they was talking about flag football?
I did not.
And it was
Oh,
talking about who they asked him who would you, and it was just a fun interview. It wasn't nothing serious, but the people gonna take it like something else. So they asked him, they was like, yo, who would you like? The question was basically like, who would you play with in flag football? Or who would you like? What quarterbacks would you like to play with in flag football? And he said Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And
Right.
people gonna think like, oh my God, he didn't say Jalen. It's like, dude, it's flag football. I'm pretty sure Jalen would say the same thing. Like, I would love to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson or, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, stop. Like, but the media, you know how they pull narratives out there.
Man, it wasn't like this when I played, but the fandom and the media in Philadelphia and everywhere else, everybody is so damn sensitive now, man.
Man,
Bro,
oh,
it's just a different
And
era.
toxic.
Dude, I'm efforting.
Toxic.
I am efforting. I am trying to see if I can get Seth to come on this show with me. Because Seth was my captain when I played, and we were just built different, man. The press
Yeah,
and the
you ain't
media was
lying, coach.
different because we had respect for the press because at the time everything was in the Philadelphia Inquirer. So if they wrote something bad, they had to come in the locker room to see you that same week. They had to come see you face to face. It wasn't on Twitter. It wasn't none of that. So there was a level of respect. It was some uncomfortable conversations, but it always got hashed out. And you ain't got that no more. These dudes are saying shit with impunity, and they don't care.
I
And
think
everybody, the minute you say something negative, you know you're gonna find somebody in the ethos that's gonna agree with you, and it'll be more people that agree to disagree.
that's
So
crazy to me though.
it is crazy, man. But that's the
Crazy. I mean,
that's the nature of the beast at this particular moment.
I'm like, even because you touched on this too, coach. Like, I guess if you want to say the bad, if you think what AJ did is bad, okay, whatever. I don't think it was, but whatever. But I'm like, you take that because that same bad that y'all think is the same reason why this dude is what he is. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you think he's a great player, you know what he means, but then get upset because he tries to be somewhat vocal or like, I'm
Yeah,
like, it come with the territory. Because if you tell me if that's the bad, but the return, the return is what we've gotten the past 3 years, I'm taking that. Like, I'm taking that every day of the week because I'm like, you look again. This thing that I hate. People only, and I get it, we Eagle fans, but like, you can't just look at you got to look across the league. Jamar, as much as I was talking about a few weeks ago against Denver, he was fun to take. What's his they coach? He's fun to take his head off because he was upset. You know what I'm saying? Or I
yep,
think Garrett Wilson last week. I think I sent it to you, Coach. Garrett Wilson with Aaron Glenn. I mean,
yeah.
he was fun to take his, and I'm like, y'all don't see that stuff. And these are other top flight dudes, so they in the same position AJ is, but y'all don't talk about that and think
Going through the
AJ,
same shit.
yeah, but they're
Travis
doing it
Kelce
even
put his hands
worse.
on Reed. To your
Yeah,
point.
but they doing it even worse though. AJ
Worse.
just put out a tweet.
Nobody said shit about Travis Kelce.
None,
Nobody
Put
said
hands
anything.
on them in the Super
none,
Bowl.
none. And
No,
and
this was this year.
yeah,
And this year. Yeah, you both times. Yeah.
Nobody said anything about Pittsburgh running the tush push and jumping off sides.
none. Oh
You
no,
didn't hear shit about it. Nobody said anything about the horrible officiating in the Lions game.
oh
That's a
no.
whole nother conversation.
Oh my God, they were
You mean the
terrible.
Denver game? Or you talking about the Denver game?
No. Did you
The
watch the
Lions
Lions game when the Lions lost?
last week,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I was
They
bored.
shouldn't have overturned that play.
No, they shouldn't have, but they did, and
You
it went under the
you ain't
rug.
heard nothing about it.
All I've heard is
Listen, I just got my email for the on October 25th for the I get to take part in the NFL competition meeting. Basically, it's Troy Vincent and usually it's about anywhere between 60 and 80 ex-players. You name it. I done been on there with Lamar Jackson. I done been on there with Mike Vick. Not Lamar Jackson, but Mike Vick. You name somebody, I done been in the meeting with. And all we doing is listening to Troy Vincent talk about the rules, why this play was called, why that play was called. And sometimes the guys we be asking questions, it's like, how you gonna call that? How you gonna call roughing the passer on this? And Troy got to explain it.
yeah.
Now he does a good job of explaining it, and he does a really good job in really getting guys to understand, like, I don't like it either, but it is what it is, and this is the way it's going to be because the NFL wants it that way. Period.
Well, he
If you
needed
don't like it, you
the
just
whole
ain't like
Denver.
it, huh?
There's so many. He need to explain the whole second half of the Denver game because that was a fumble on Bo
He
Nix.
and
That
he
was a
got to
PI. All of that.
he gonna ask. Somebody can ask those questions. Why did you wait so long for a review for the game against the Lions game? How do you how does Zach Bond get called for unsportsmanlike conduct when you had the same exact hit in the Kansas City game, but it didn't get called?
Yes.
Where's the usually he catches the flack for the consistency issue. Everybody always gets pissed off about the roughing the passer because we all old school in there. So we don't like that anyways. But Troy made a good point one time, and you can't refute this. What he said was he had an opportunity to go talk to somebody who wasn't really doing well because of concussions and things of that nature. And he said, and I didn't feel good about it.
Wow.
And I never thought of it from that perspective. Because now the NFL is looking at, like, if we can make the game safer, that's what we're gonna do. Because people forget CTE wasn't long ago, and they still paying money for that. So they are trying to avoid that at every turn.
No.
So, but it's an interesting situation. It's interesting to hear what they'll say about that, and it'll be some questions. So I'm looking forward to it. But
but everything you saying, because I was gonna finish off this one last thing. I'm like, maybe it's me, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll be up here and be afraid. Maybe I got a little AJ bias, because fellas, y'all can help me with this. I remember what this receiving core looked like before him and Smitty got here, and I never want to go back to that. So
I
I'm like,
agree.
Oh yeah. Sure.
I'm like, even if he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, Coach, you've heard the phrase, like, we treat everybody equal, but not the same. Like,
Yep.
even if he is whatever people think he is, and if he is that bad, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, ever since this dude has been in Philly and with the Eagles, it's changed life for the team, period. Like, and we've never had an era of receivers between him and Smitty be this good. It's never been that. Like, it's been good receivers. Like, I mean, we had D Jackson, Macklin, but like, it was a long period of time where it was real bad on the perimeter.
We
It
had
was
Dorial
bad.
Green.
Yeah, we was
Yeah.
I mean, we had who was it? My man that was a quarterback in college and was catching passes for us when we made the playoff run that year with Carson that last year.
Yeah.
Forget his name,
Ward.
but yeah, Greg
Yep.
Ward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm like, we was trotting that out there, and we got a top flight dude like this who's been a part of delivering 2 Super Bowls and winning one in 3 years, and we complaining like, I don't care what that dude say. He writing my book because the results tell me whatever he talking about, he must know what the hell he talking about because he been winning ever since he got here. So I don't care what he say. I'm with him.
Hey, hold on real
That's just
quick.
how the fan base is. The fan base, when we win, we're at the top of the world. When we lose, it's the bottom of the barrel. That's how we are here. We're
That goes.
very extreme here.
Hey, hold up. Let me get the super chat in.
Got you.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. Hey.
There you go. What's up, fellas? I told Tone and them on the Link Up podcast that I'm thankful for independent content creators like y'all, bro. All national media and radio does is push narratives and manipulate the fans. Pretty much.
Salute, William. Salute.
Pretty much. Appreciate you, William Johnson, 4529. Appreciate you. More money, more money, more.
You hear about the punch out rule, Coach?
The punch out rule? What's that?
Yeah. Did you hear where they was talking about one of the players on Detroit was talking to a reporter. They were talking about now the punch out rule. If you miss the fumble, if you miss making a player fumble, it's going to be a personal foul.
The flag.
If you hit the player, yep.
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that one.
That's crazy, right? It's going to get to a point where it's going to be flag football. It's going to get to a point where you're going to sack the quarterback and you're going to have to lay him down gently with a blanket and a pillow.
Where did you see that?
It was
Thank you again, William.
It was a post I saw. It was the linebacker of the Detroit Lions talking. I guess he was talking to somebody. It was a transcript.
I haven't heard that.
Whoa, it's back. It was a transcript, and he was basically talking about the rule. He was like, "I guess I'm going to be fined, or I guess I'm going to get a penalty. I guess I'm going to get a penalty every time."
What is that? Who's
Sound like somebody.
Carlos, I think that's your mic.
No, that ain't me, coach. That might be my brother up top of me.
Yeah, I think that was Chris. Chris, was that you?
Which Chris?
Yeah.
Chris at the top. Yeah, I think that was Chris at the top.
Is that me?
Because if I mute you, it goes away. There we go. We got it.
But yeah, man, like how they trying to unviolent? It's weird because it's like the game of football is a violent sport, and you're trying to unviolent a violent sport where it's like certain things you just gotta let it be. I can understand some of the extreme stuff, but it's like you're taking certain natural things that are out the game.
And they doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
It's not gonna stop.
now punch out. Now you can't punch the ball out. Like it's.
Uh-oh. Let me see. I still don't see anything about it.
I was on I think it's on Football Forever on IG. I was reading that on the plane where it was an article about that.
Yeah, one of the players was talking about it. I didn't even know it was a thing neither until they said something. I guess I'm going to be penalized the rest of the way. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
a personal foul or something.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is because some people will be reckless with it, and basically it'll be like somebody punching you in the ribs or something like that.
I get that part. I could get that. Like, but if it's like if you know I can understand if it's the intent of it. Like if you're just trying to punch the ball and the ref sees you just trying to punch the ball out. I mean,
yeah, I mean you're right. I mean, we'll see because this will be another thing that people will be bitching about.
But they'll adjust. What they'll do is they'll do like what they do back in the day. They'll just wait till it pile up. They'll just do it in the middle of the pile.
Yeah, my problem with this is why are you doing this in the middle of a season? That's my problem with it.
That's most of our turnovers
because
too.
Normally they give you the notice in camp. They give you plenty of notice when they're trying to change stuff up. So I'm curious as to why. I'm gonna have to look into this.
They don't care how we feel, coach.
No, they don't. They're making money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the Shield is making money, they don't care.
Don't give a damn.
So. But all right, fellas, I'm going to get out here and get me something to eat. Me and Tone will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. because the game, it's a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
So me and Tone will be on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And we will have a hard stop at 11 because I got family coming over. So I'll be dealing with that. I'm hoping my little grand will come in here. I can get him on the mic.
Gotta see the Georgia game, coach. Georgia versus Mississippi right now.
I got Texas A&M and Arkansas right now.
Okay. Did you catch the Louisville game last night versus Miami?
You know I did.
That was listen, that kid Mac from Louisville, I want him on the Eagles. Cornerback, I want him on the Eagles. Yep. And the kid Tony, and I think his name is Jones Jr. or James Jr. from Miami, number 7 and number 10. Those two kids are cold, man. But their quarterback is trash.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been rough pickings ever since Lamar left.
I just got one request before we sign up. So I'm obviously thinking we're gonna win this game tomorrow. But if somehow we don't, and you go live, drop the link because I will call in from the precinct tomorrow. I'm telling you right now.
Gotcha.
I already called
probably
you going here for so precinct.
No, I'm in Minnesota. That's why I did not fly all the way up here to lose to Carson Wentz, bro.
You're gonna have to release some stress, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so dial in and you're gonna see me.
You from out there?
Yeah, I flew. I got out here this morning.
Oh, you flew out there? I thought you from out there.
No. I'm from North Carolina.
No doubt. I got family down there.
Yeah. It's a lot. I said earlier, it's a lot of Eagles fans out here, like in a hotel, on the streets. Like it's a lot of. It's more than what I thought.
Well, man.
Yeah, we do.
You know, last year we were the number 1 road team. 48% of the stadiums was Eagles fans. Every stadium.
Man, you ain't got to do nothing else but listen to the intro of the Super Bowl. That was absolutely ridiculous.
When I knew we was gonna win, I said, "Oh yeah, we about to win. We not losing this. We're not losing again."
Coach,
All
they
right,
had this
fellas, I'm
one
gonna
little
get up out
they
of
had
here.
this one little compilation video right before I leave. They had this one little compilation video about fans reacting to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl that just passed, right? So you got the Eagles fans, you got the Chiefs fans. So obviously it's two different sides. So there's this place like kind of like how like Xfinity Live is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was packed with a whole bunch of Eagles fans. So picture that in KC, right? So it's just packed, all KC fans. See a
All I
red.
hear a pin drop.
You see one Eagles fan in the middle of that crowd. One Eagles fan. And when I tell you he was going off while everybody else was all in tears, he's like, yo, coach, that shit was hilarious, coach. He was going off like, yeah, it's the birds, baby. I'm talking about going to, I don't care if it was a little kid, if it was an old lady, he was going at everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Cooper DeG, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, they was a little butt hurt in KC.
Oh my God.
They was a little butt hurt. All
All
right,
right,
fellas,
coach.
I'm signing out.
All right,
I
yeah.
will probably be streaming tomorrow, Chris. It depends on. I gotta see how my little grandson doing.
all good.
'Cause
If you drop the link, if Tone dropped the link,
Yeah,
I'm
he just
coming in.
started. He just started walking. So, if I don't stream during the game, if I don't have a live watch during the game, I will definitely be doing something after the game. So for sure. So look for the notification. You guys know. And like I said, if you haven't, anybody out there in Twitterverse, if you have not been to Pro Fan Hoops, go hook it up. Go subscribe. I'm currently working on a piece about Malaysia for Wiley, leaving our girl Dawn Staley to go to LSU. But that's popping off pretty soon. Can't wait for this new basketball season to start. But Eagles got to handle business tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all.
All right.
We're going to get up out of here. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your time in Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
And go Birds. Let me see. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign.